MC, could you walk over and shut that guillotine?
Man, this looks really dark. Can you guys see him okay? Hoover's been on vacation in the 2.5 acre vacation rotation enclosure, and now it's time for him to go home, and the Texas Tigers will be up next. So they are bringing the Catmobile around to pick him up, which is our fancy name for the transport wagon. You were watching us from the Explorer cameras, AJ. Good morning from LA. Take us on your phone, Tiffany.
Here comes your transport.
Oh, I see it coming. Do you hear that? Oh, we hear it. He was doing that weird mouth thing again this morning. How's your knee this morning?
It's okay. Sore? Yeah, very sore.
I stepped on a nail one time that went through my foot, and it was like the worst thing I ever went through, so I can just imagine getting all that flushed out. That was the worst part, was when they started flushing it. Gonna have a bath before you ride? Okay. We've locked him back here in one of the roofed areas so that they can safely hook up the transport. Do not spray me. I love that curly little tail. All that noise you hear in the background is the transport wagon. It has a lot of moving doors on it, so every time it hits the slightest bump, or if there's a cat in it rocking it, it just makes a ton of noise. I'm glad he's curious about it and not hiding. Rob, we do not ever pet them. Couple reasons for that. One is, if we pet them, that means our hand would be in the cage, or our arm, and we would very likely lose a hand or an arm. Oh no, don't go in the den. And the other reason is, it's just plain rude. They would never allow us to get anywhere near them in the wild, or to touch them, or to handle their cubs. And these guys are in cages because stupid people paid to pet them and handle them and see them as babies. And then we ended up rescuing them from those horrible situations. So no, we would never do anything like that. Did you bring food or anything? Steffi, he has some weird problem going on that nobody has been able to quite figure out. He's 12 years old, which is as long as they usually live in the wild or in other facilities. And when they first rescued him, of course, he was absolutely emaciated. He had spent his first 11 years in a circus wagon, just like the one you see in front of you here. So you can imagine what a horrible life that was, being forced to perform in a Peruvian circus. And when the Animal Defenders International took him to their Spirit of Freedom camp, they tried to fatten him up, and they were finding that even though he eats fairly well, he's kind of picky, and he was vomiting a lot. He does eat, and so they had surgeons come in and do a sonogram, and they didn't find anything. So we wanted to stabilize him here before we go and put him through anything serious like that again. And we've been feeding him 2 and 3 times a day to try and make sure that he gets enough food. But he does this weird licking, chewing thing with his mouth, and so I just don't know if he's having some kind of mouth issues or if he has digestive issues, because like they said from ADI, he used to vomit a lot. We haven't had trouble with him vomiting here. Kathy, I think they weighed him before. I had said the other day that I thought they were going to weigh him, but I'm pretty sure they actually did when he went out on vacation. Candy, the way we show these animals love is to give them lots of space, lots of opportunities to make their own decisions, so they'll have many dens to choose from. We give them some form of enrichment every day, so they get something fun to do and to play with. We talk sweetly to them. Sometimes we read to them. And we just exhibit how much we love and respect them in the way that we don't handle them. It was never a good thing for them to be handled, and unfortunately, that's what happens to most cubs. They get pulled from their mothers within hours or days of birth, and then they're passed around from stranger to stranger to stranger, and then when they can't...
We should have blocked off that den.
Yeah, we should have.
Hoover.
Maybe once you open these doors here, he'll think he can get away. I'm going to get out of his field of vision.
Hoover. You guys come all back down here.
If I should go on the other side where I can get it closer to
Yeah,
him.
try and get it a little closer to him and see if you can get him to at least come out for a bite.
Max will probably stick his head out and grab him.
Do you remember what he weighed?
No. We should probably weigh him again. I don't think we weighed him the last time we moved him to see if he's gained any weight.
That would be nice.
Well, we have a scale for that now. So next time, put it a little further out so he comes out a little further. He went.
Tigers are so smart. I'm getting way back here, away from what's going on, so that you guys can see, but we aren't crowding him. Tina, we're just catching him to put him back in his home cage, which is about an acre where he can go down and swim in the lake, so it's a nice enclosure. I don't know if you guys can see, just barely dangling right outside of the den. They've got a piece of chicken trying to get him out. There he goes. Oh, that's so yummy. So they'll try to lure him out of the den and then shut the door over the den. Gail's being very stealthy. Karma's leading him away. Next big challenge will be getting him through those doors. And then they put him in a smaller and smaller area until the only opportunity is to get into the transport cage. They're covering the dens in the other cages too. If we had been smart, we would have done that in this cage so that he wouldn't have gone in the den, but it worked out okay. A big picture of TJ in the wagon. That would work, Colleen, because he is just intent on getting TJ. Okay, he's going past the second door, and Joe will shut that behind him. And Karma's going to show him that he can get more chicken by coming over to the transport wagon. If you're not needed over there, stand back. Gail's using all of her 90 pounds to hold that door open. I'm gonna be quiet. Gail, let me know when you run out of arms. Gail, could you flop around on the ground like you're dying or something?
Yeah.
The people from Explorer said you should bring over a cardboard cutout of TJ.
Oh, I got it. Apparently Hoover's not a candidate for grooming.
Who usually feeds him?
Everybody.
Oh.
Let's walk all around that way.
Sometimes they have a favorite keeper that feeds them, but Gail says everybody feeds Hoover, so that's probably not going to work. What they're doing now is coming up around behind him so that he thinks that maybe I don't want to be around all these people. Yeah, I think he especially likes Karma better since she didn't try to touch him. Gail used the stick to touch him, and he's like, oh no, do not touch me, I am a tiger. I don't know if you guys can see the Texas tigers are in the background pacing around like, go home, Hoover, it's our turn. Gail, what do you think about having Karma strap the bucket to the end of the cage? What do you think about strapping this bright yellow bucket to the end of the cage here from the chain? Linda, he's got such a huge cage at home. I don't think he deserves extra time out here when there's other cats that really need it.
The problem with Hoover is he may be hungry, but he's not a food motivated cat.
But if he thinks it's just sitting there and everybody forgot that bright yellow thing, he might want it. I think you can probably just hang it from one of those chains on the end. Aren't there chains about waist size for you, waist side? There you go. Look at that, Hoover. You get a bucket. Your whole bucket. You holding up okay, Joe?
Yep.
We be on tiger time here at
Yeah.
Cat Rescue.
Yep, basically. Amanda's chasing the vultures. They're running. Two of them were chasing one, and then she saw them chasing each other, and then she started chasing all of them.
We're like, we're gonna take this game to the far side of the lake. Silly birds came right back.
That's probably the one that they. Oh no, there they are. That's all right. She'll find them. She'll go over and jump at them.
Let's try a tiger cutout. Can't be any worse than what we're doing here. I thought there was one right there in the corner by Lauren's desk. That tall, skinny one.
Yeah, who is that? Not TJ, but yeah.
It's a tiger.
The tiger.
He'll either love it or hate it. Okay, so can you turn the cutout away around here so they can see what it is? We tried a tiger cutout. That did not work. So they're going to go get a tarp and cover the transport since he wants to go into a secluded den. And we'll just lock the door open for a while and see if maybe he'll go up in there to rest, and then we can come shut the door. So I'm going to log off. Thank you for joining us. Bye.